Let's kick things off with a question that sounds like a puzzle. How does someone end up poor? You're probably thinking, why should I care? I'm not here to flop, I want the trick to piling up cash. Fair enough. Nobody wakes up plotting a life of instant noodles and late rent. But here's the twist. People are starting to unravel this mystery. Not just the scrappy hustlers on the street, but the brightest minds from elite schools, think Harvard, Tokyo University, Seoul National University, IIT Bombay. They've cracked their books, stared at the world, and said, hold up. Some got so riled they staged sit-ins and protests right in their pristine campuses, waving signs like it's a movie showdown. It's shaken things so much that governments like the US had to roll out laws curbing free speech just to keep the lid on. Why? Because the answer to poverty pokes a sharp stick at the golden top of the global power pyramid. This tale, my tale, didn't sprout overnight. It's been years of scribbled notes on crumpled receipts, late-night rewrites, and too many cups of iced coffee to count. The first draft? So unvarnished it might have landed me in handcuffs or at least a stiff warning from some corporate gatekeeper. It's the edgiest thing I've ever shared, and I've been pacing over it for months. If I'm still here, tapping away on February 27th, 2025, it's thanks to you, your likes, your shares, the quiet cheers you've sent my way. So, pull up a chair. This is my entrepreneurial saga. How I decoded the system, dodged the money trap, and built a life of financial freedom. See you after a short introduction. Greetings, friends. Welcome to Mindful Money Mastery, where we share honest wisdom like tea around a lantern-lit table to understand money and grow wealth step by step. No confusion, just clear ideas for your dreams. Join us on this journey. Imagine a future where sunlight's the last free perk. Fresh air? Bill's on its way. A sip of water? Scan the code, my app's ready. Every corner of this planet mine. Want to borrow a pebble? Show me the money. Sounds like a sci-fi thriller, doesn't it? Too outlandish to bite. But let me introduce myself. I'm not just one guy with a strut, I'm a force. Humble? Two, my name's never hit the Forbes 400 or any glossy wealth ranking. Yet, step by step, I've turned a kid's wild dream of world domination into something real. You don't know me because I'm not a lone figure in a sleek suit. I'm a collective, a sprawling web of financial giants yanking levers behind the curtain. Not sold yet? No sweat. I've got time to win you over. Let's circle back to that puzzle. How do you end up poor? The quick answers hit like lightning blow your savings on card games, drown in loans from shady dealers, or just loaf around binging dramas. Sure, those'll drain your wallet fast. But here's the brutal kicker. 97% of the world's wealth is gripped by just 3% of its people. That leaves the rest billions of us scraping by on scraps. What are we doing? Slaving over textbooks until our eyes blur, punching clocks from dawn to dusk, tying the knot, raising kids, then checking out. You'd think laziness lands you broke, but even if you grind through every proper step, you're still skint. Why? It starts young school's the first hook. You're a kid, burning through your parents' cash tens of thousands over 20 years. For tutors, cram sessions, and that golden degree. Why? To land a solid job, maybe pay them back someday. I took that road. Studied economics at a decent uni, picturing myself as the next big thinker, unraveling markets with a notepad and grit. Reality punched me square. Post-graduation, 80% of my mates ended up flogging insurance or flipping apartments in city high-rises. Me? I jumped into sales too. Hustled like a market trader at a weekend bazaar. Climbed the ranks, out-earned most of my peers. Cash flowed in sweet, right? But then society taps you and says, look the part. So, I thought, why not upgrade? Snagged a Mercedes-Benz to roll into client meets. Nothing yells trust me like a purring engine. Grabbed a Rolex, too, got a flash that young and sharp energy. Added an Armani suit crisp lines, pure polish. Suddenly, I'm a magnet. Heads turn. Women smile. One date spins into a proposal. Then bam, I'm a dad, staring at a stack of diaper bills. Sound like your neighbor's life story yet? Now I'm my parents' reborn feeding, clothing, schooling 3 little clones for 2 decades plus. Rough, huh? But it gets uglier. Every cent I earn and spend trickles up to the mega rich. They snatch that cash, hire me back, pump out more stuff, and tempt everyone else to buy. Worst of all, they tweak the game. Inflation sneaks in like a pickpocket, shrinking my savings to dust. I'm locked in, grinding harder just to float. Who's pulling these strings? How did we stumble into this snare? And here's the $1 million prize. How do we break loose? Let's name the heavyweights, not individuals, but colossi. Take Apple. Steve Jobs sparked it in a garage with a circuit board and a vision, right? Today, though, the top dogs aren't his heirs. They're Vanguard, BlackRock, and Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. Microsoft? Bill Gates' baby, sure. But he's not even in the top 3 Vanguard and BlackRock are, with the CEO clinging to a measly 0.02%. Peek at Google, Amazon, Tesla, Shell, Pfizer, Disney, same script. The big 3, Vanguard, BlackRock, and sometimes State Street run the show. Oh, and State Street? Controlled by Vanguard and BlackRock, too. Together, they're juggling over $21 trillion in assets as of late, 2024. Wrap your mind around that, it's more than the GDP of all 27 EU countries, plus Japan, hovering around $20 trillion last year. These aren't just fat cat investors. They're a naughty web. They own chunks of each other, a self-feeding empire. Every coin you spend, whether on Pepsi or Coke, Samsung or Sony, lands in their coffers. They've rigged it so no matter who wins the market, they're cashing the check. Rewind to 2008, that financial nosedive. BlackRock didn't dream up subprime mortgages over a CEO's coffee run. I'm spicing it up, but they sure waltzed through the mess. Here's the hustle. Banks dished out $30 million home loans at 3% interest over 30 years, expecting $47 million back with interest. Decent profit, but too slow $17 million drips in over decades. So, they got slick. Bundled those loans into securities fancy IOUs and sold them for $31 million to outfits like Lehman Brothers. Instant $1 million win. No waiting. When folks couldn't pay, house prices crashed, Lehman folded, and the dominoes toppled. BlackRock? They didn't just survive, they gorged. Snapped up assets dirt cheap like Barclays, Britain's oldest bank, for peanuts in the 2009 chaos. The U.S. Federal Reserve, the Fed, practically pleaded with them to save the economy, tossing billions their way to buy corporate bonds. During COVID, no bids required, BlackRock scored $40 billion monthly contracts to grab more. When Silicon Valley Bank imploded in 2023, guess who the Fed called to sift the wreckage? BlackRock again. They've got ex-government bigwigs on speed dial, think used Treasury vets, and their grads advising presidents. Biden's 2021 economic team? Peppered with BlackRock alumni. It's a revolving door of clout. It's not just crashes. They cash in on everything. Ukraine's war with Russia? The U.S. pumps weapons through firms like Lockheed Martin. BlackRock's a top shareholder. Japan's nuclear wastewater dump into the Pacific in 2023? Tokyo Electric powers the front, but BlackRock's their biggest backer. Radiation boosts cancer rates? Pfizer's got the drugs, and BlackRock's got Pfizer. Hawaii's wildfires last year? Postblaze, their affiliates bought scorched land for $20,000 a plot. Locals, desperate, had to sell. Pure chance? Maybe, but it's a rhythm. Disaster hits, they profit. Here's the slick twist. They don't just grab your cash. Like a thief in a night market, they've rigged it so you love handing it over, practically dancing to the bank with a smile. Ever wonder why you pine for a Lamborghini? I sure did. When I was 7, my dad brought home a toy one bright yellow, sleek as a panther, with little doors that flipped up like wings. I'd zoom it across the living room rug, growling engine noises until my voice gave out, picturing myself tearing down open roads, wind whipping through my hair. Fast forward, my garage now boasts a BMW 5 Series, black, gleaming, dependable, and a Tesla Model Y, all silent hum and sci-fi swagger. But there's this empty spot, a quiet ache whispering, Lamborghini. Why? I barely drive. The BMWs crawled to 5,000 kilometers in 2 years, mostly grocery runs or the odd weekend jaunt. The Tesla? It's practically a lawn ornament with a charging cable. Yet that itch persists, humming like a song stuck on repeat. It's not an accident, it's conditioning, pure and simple. Decades of glossy ads in magazines, heart-pumping car chases in action flicks, and toy store shelves stacked with miniature supercars have drilled it into us. A Lamborghini isn't just a car, it's the pinnacle. It's success on 4 wheels, a roaring badge of you've made it. I remember flipping through car catalogs as a teen, drooling over stats 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds, like they were sacred numbers. And it's not just cars. Take diamonds. They're just carbon-gritty stuff you'd brush off a campfire log or find in a pencil stub. Yet we're convinced to fork over 3 years' salary for a sparkling speck because diamonds are forever. Forever, my foot. I fell for it once, got upsold a handful of stones when I bought a Rolex, thinking I'd struck a deal. Tried reselling them a year later to fund a new project. The jeweler sized me up, smirked like I'd cracked a lousy pun, and offered 20% of what I paid, if I was lucky. I walked out with my tail between my legs. Lesson learned. They've turned us into willing suckers, chasing shiny traps we don't even need. But it doesn't stop there. It's the same with designer bags, limited edition sneakers, even that overpriced coffee machine you had to have. They've woven this spell part aspiration, part guilt that makes you feel incomplete without the next big thing. I once stood in a mall, eyeing a $3,000 leather satchel, convincing myself it'd make me look sharper at meetings. Never mind that my $30 backpack hauled my laptop just fine. I was reminded of this while watching The Fall of the House of Usher, a sharp satire where a cunning family turns a simple fruit, imagine a lemon, into a fortune. They control its supply, then flood the world with promises. It's the new way to say, I care, outshining flowers. Jewelers sell lemon-colored gems. Tech brands give gadgets a citrus twist. Celebrities parade in fruity fashion. Influencers pose with it online. Experts claim it cleanses toxins. Fear always sells. They redesign it, lock up the seeds, and even challenge farmers when it grows beyond their grasp. It's a fictional tale, a clever poke at greed, but it reflects the harsh truth of today's money games. Big players twist markets, turn nonsense into necessities, and watch us rush to pay. That's their skill? They don't take your money. They make you offer it gladly and ask for more. So, how do you bust out? The game's fixed rules won't shift while the big three clutch the reins. But you can play smarter. I did. I tracked the giants, not to topple them, but to surf their waves. I spread my chips 15% crypto, 60% real estate, a rental flat in a bustling city district, 25% e-commerce, wallets grew into bags, then scarves. Nothing flashy, just steady. Dump the status props, no more Rolex daydreams, no car loans. My image became my net worth, not my wrist. 5 years in, passive income paid my rent, rice, and a weekly bowl of spicy noodles. 10 years, and I was free. No boss, no debt, no chains. Last year, I bought a house by the sea, 2 stories, ocean view, $320,000 cash, no mortgage. Woke up to waves, not a buzzer. That's liberty. The world's not sinking because doom's near. It's because they've built an ark and need us to buy seats. But you can skip the queue. Here's my roadmap. Start small, stay lean. My eco-friendly soap hustle kicked off with $45 just oils, molds, and a second-hand mixer. No big loans needed. No pride on the line. First month, $65 in sales. Small, but it was my own. Shadow the giants. Follow their lead. BlackRock's betting big on Bitcoin, allocating 2% of a $150 billion portfolio to iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBIT. In early 2025, a $3 billion move. Vanguard's eyeing battery tech? Look at COTL up 38% in projections this year. Berkshire's adding to Occidental Petroleum? It's climbed 25% since late 2024. And here's the kicker on this very day, March 2nd, 2025. President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social about launching a national crypto reserve with XRP, SOL, ADA, BTC, and ETH, signaling a seismic shift for the market. Jump in early, exit sharp, ride their wave. Don't bucket. Cut the fat. Forget the flashy watch. My $8 notebooks track my plans for years. Save $10,000, enough to kickstart my urban farming plot. A quick note. Hey, friends, this isn't a nudge to dive into stocks or crypto. I'm not here to pitch investments. My goal? To spark fresh ways to see money and life. Always do your own research. Before making any moves, your path is yours to shape. Diversify smart. Split my cash: crypto for speed, property for stability, e-commerce for scale. Bitcoin dips? Rent checks roll in. One stumbles, others stand. Learn cheap, win big. No MBA needed. YouTube taught me trading charts. A $15 property book explained leases. Curiosity is yours for free. Let it guide you. The world's not ending because doom's coming. It's because they've built an ark and need us to buy tickets. But you don't have to. Learn their game. Create value, spot trends, invest wisely. You don't need an MBA, just curiosity and discipline. I'm not here to breed resentment. I'm here to light a spark. If one idea from my journey helps you rethink your next move, I've done my job. Want more? Follow me. Free insights on wealth, business, and freedom. Share this with a pal stuck in the grind. Let's build our own arcs brick by brick. Here's to your freedom. May it land quicker than mine, and may your coffee stay hot while you count the cash.